Mr. Solt,
Yes.
we got to talk about our favorite aliens ever. TV and movies. It still blows my mind. You've got that big folio and a 3x5.
Lisa said this. She actually said this. You're gonna love this one. So we sat down when we watched the movie, right? She said, "Well, do you need your notebook?" And I says, "No. I just kind of go off of memory with the movie." So, well, what do you use the notebook for? I just put papers in it, so you don't actually write anything down in the notebook. No, why do you take it? I don't know. I guess to look professional.
Lisa, we don't ask.
Jean jacket with multiple pockets.
Yeah, and pulls out a crumpled piece of paper, and that's his notes. He's got this nice folio there, and it's like, the fuck?
Well, this mic stand kind of gets in the way. I mean, give me a lavalier, and I won't have all this, accoutrement.
Bring the lavaliers then.
All right, I'll bring a fucking lavalier.
Do something,
All right.
even if it's wrong. All right. You go first, Solt.
Okay. So I kind of had trouble putting these in any order. So
Me
I'm kind
too.
of maybe putting them in order of like maybe popularity or in my head. But I don't know if you guys remember a show called Alienation.
No.
Yeah, it was basically now aliens in media are always used as some sort of an allegory for the bad shit, for the disenfranchised and the marginalized. This was no exception. It was about basically a slave ship that escaped their oppressors, came to Earth, and now had integrated in Earth society. And they were discriminated against. They were like made fun of.
Kind of like V.
Kind of like that. And
Yeah,
it was,
and
and there were the
that's-
Tectonese. It was a movie first. The movie didn't take off. Became a TV show, and it was like a police drama, as well. And it was like, and again, I loved that Alienation was its name.
Okay. What do you got first there, Miller?
I did this kind of. There were too many aliens all over the place. So the main thing I concentrated on were movies, and I have other stuff in my mentionables. First one I have here are the Death Angels from A Quiet Place.
Okay.
All right.
You guys ever saw
I've-
that?
Yeah,
I
that's a
haven't
good
seen-
movie.
I haven't seen the movie.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good movie.
That was Jimmy's. Jimmy was always if we were going to watch a horror movie, he would go upstairs. And A Quiet Place. I said, look, we're going to try and watch this, and you're going to know within the first 10 minutes if you want me to continue or not. So you know the scene where the kid with the rocket toy, and as soon as the thing zipped by and took him, I hit pause, and I looked at Jimmy, and I said, are we going forward or not? He goes, oh, yeah. So that was his first horror movie that he ever watched.
Okay, cool. Mine is in no particular order. It's just ones that always stuck with me and I always enjoyed. My first one, I'm taking a page out of Miller's book, and we're going cartoons. Marvin the Martian.
He's on my mentionables.
Yep.
With the Elodium Q36
Yes.
explosive space modulator.
Oh, I love that guy.
Where's the kaboom? There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom.
That's an awesome line.
I fucking love Marvin the Martian. him and his dog.
Yeah.
What was the? Well, I can't remember.
Max.
Max was
I think it was Max.
something, but they were so much fucking fun.
Yeah.
They were so great. What do you got next, Bill?
All right, next, this is one. Again, a Martian, but it's like these. Lisa hates this movie. I absolutely love it, and pretty much only because of the aliens. And those the Martians from Mars Attacks.
Yes.
Yeah.
God, I absolutely love
Attack!
Yes.
Attack!
We come in peace. We come in peace.
Attack!
And they just completely destroy everything. It's like it's just I love that movie to death. And it's like
that movie's a lot of fun.
yeah. And as I said, when I started this list, I was like, I wanted to put all good aliens on it, but I couldn't
Yeah.
because I love them so much.
Right.
It's-
All right. What's your next one there, Jimmer?
The Predators.
There you go. That's a good one.
Yeah. And if you guys haven't seen Prey, that newest one
okay.
where it takes place in during the French and Indian War, oh my God, it's incredible.
I haven't watched it.
I've never seen any of the Predator movies.
Whoa!
it just hasn't piqued my interest.
There's a line in there that's tailor-made for you.
Which one?
Boy, are you one ugly son of a bitch.
The one line I do like from the movie, and I do think it's Predator, but I change it for like, I ain't got time to read.
No, bleed.
I know it's bleed, but I say
Oh.
read because that's funnier.
Yeah, that's Jesse the Body Ventura
Yeah.
Yeah.
as Blaine.
Yeah. Again, I've never seen the films. I really don't have any inkling to.
They're not bad. They're not terrible. My next one is another one from Jim World cartoons. Roger Smith from Family Guy.
Oh yeah. See,
Oh my God.
I almost put fucking Rogu on.
Who's Rogu?
Rogu is the lump that looks like Roger.
Okay.
Okay. But just for the characters that Roger does, it makes him so fun. Like Ricky Spanish. That's one of my favorite ones, is the Ricky Spanish episode. It's the worst character Roger ever did, or like the most horrific person Roger ever did.
Uh-huh.
And everybody he met, he double-crossed, he burned, and they're all out to get Ricky Spanish. But yeah, Roger Smith.
Okay. This one kind of crossed over between movies, TV, a little bit everything. I mean, I didn't pick one. I picked the entire race, and that is the Cybertronians. Optimus Prime, Megatron, the whole 9 yards.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. They were aliens.
Yes.
From the planet
Yep,
Cybertron.
Yep, and I absolutely grew up with that whole genre. Loved most of the movies. They kind of shit the bed at the end there. I will not see Transformers 1. No. Not happening. You do a good story or you don't. Prime and Megatron shouldn't be friends.
It could be the villain origin story.
The comics did it better. They really did.
How do you know you haven't seen the movie? You judgmental prick.
I've seen the previews. Look, I have better taste in movies than that. Believe me.
That
Next,
remains to be
next.
seen. That remains to be seen. What's your next one, Jim?
The xenomorphs, the aliens, and all manners of them, even Prometheus. Yeah, I love those movies.
Okay. H.R. Giger did some fucking amazing
Oh, yeah,
work
he
on
did.
those. I can't argue with that. It's some of the coolest looking shit ever.
And it's amazing they were able to, because a lot of his artwork was basically based on the human anatomy and genitalia in alien form. And they made toys of that for children.
Yes. Yes, they did. My next one is one that Bill will appreciate. Played by the wonderful John Delancey, Q from Star Trek The Next Generation.
Okay.
He's God with my attitude.
Q is fun.
Yo, yeah.
He really is. You know what I mean? And I think that if I had those powers, I would probably fuck with humanity too.
Oh, fucking A right. 100%. I would have made Picard my bitch too.
Yep. And the stuff he did through DS9, the fact that they had him in Picard and they finished his storyline up.
Yeah.
I mean, the Q episodes were always some of the best ones, my favorites, and he played the part wonderfully.
I mean, all the way from Encounter at Farpoint
Yep.
all the way through.
Yeah.
John Delancey was wonderful as Q.
Mm-hmm.
Right, what do you got next?
All right, this one, I wasn't. I mean, this is one of the best aliens I've pretty much seen. I think all the movies at this point. It's Kal-El from Krypton, Superman.
Okay, there you go.
Yep, this is kind of one that is like no one ever thinks of him as an alien.
Yeah.
But he damn sure is.
Yes, he is.
From the planet Krypton.
Yes.
Son of Jor-El. Kal-El.
Yep, and I gotta say that Henry Cavill did a great job portraying him. Dean Cain, the guy in the new Superman adventures, I mean, I don't think I'm glad they never got Nicolas Cage to do it because that probably would have ruined.
It would have killed it.
Oh,
it would have been
God.
terrible.
Yeah.
That would have been fucking
It's
terrible.
like, but again, all the iterations, I don't think I've ever thought. I've never seen a bad representation of Superman in media.
No, all the way back to George Reeves.
Yeah, exactly. They all did a really fantastic job. Even Ben Affleck, who got to play him in the Hollywoodland movie.
Yeah.
He got to play. So Ben Affleck played Batman and Superman.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. That was that. The only actor I think to do it.
Probably, yep.
I would have to say so, yes.
All right. What do you got next?
I think we all know this movie from when we were kids. Steven Spielberg classic, E.T.
I have never seen E.T.
Neither have I.
Fucks.
I know enough about it. I've just never seen it.
Who did?
Never seen it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going in the bucket.
Now, when you go, you gotta make sure you get the unedited version where the FBI have guns.
Oh, they took them out now?
Yeah, they replaced them with walkie-talkies in some of the versions.
Oh, boy.
But I have played and still own the video game for Atari.
Atari.
And it is a really good game.
Well,
Everybody that says it's a bad game is too stupid to figure it out. I said it. Hot take.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. That's usually why people call games bad because
Yeah.
you can't fucking figure them out.
they literally buried
You
how
see,
many of them.
That was right after the video game crash, though.
Yeah.
They just had a lot of stock at the time.
Yeah.
Because that's why they did that. Just that one game.
Oh no,
No,
They
the
ba-
whole
yeah,
whole
you know-
industry crashed.
Yeah, Miss Pac-Man got buried.
Indiana Jones
Indiana
sucked, too.
Indiana
Oh,
Jones was a
God.
terrible. That's a terrible Atari game. But then again, there was also, and not to get off tangent, but there was a whole thing with certain games were kind of rushed, and because they weren't by the company that had originally had the game, Atari didn't didn't put that much.
They didn't put anything behind it.
A lot of work behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't put anything behind it.
Mhm.
Like, there's a documentary I saw about the E.T. game, and that was rushed.
Very much.
It
so.
was very rushed.
and Spielberg loved it.
Yeah, but like you said, the whole video game industry crashed
Mm-hmm.
because that was when you had the first glut of consoles
Mm-hmm.
coming out. You had the Atari, you had ColecoVision,
In television.
Intellivision, all that shit, and the market was just saturated. And a lot of people thought that that was going to happen again, and it kind of did, because you had Nintendo, and you had Neo Geo, and you had Sega,
And PlayStation.
and
Nintendo was back in the early 80s.
Yeah. but like you had
mid-eighties.
the Nintendo and like the Sega Master System, the
Yeah,
Neo
and then
Geo.
Atari tried to dip its toe in again, say Jaguar.
Yeah,
It was yeah, and they had some pretty shit consoles at the luckily like Randy Savage says, the cream rises to the top.
that's right.
Hmm.
All right, my next one, or is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay. Wonderful representation of him in a movie that could have been a lot better, but it still wasn't bad. Zaphod Beeblebrox from The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. I enjoyed Sam Rockwell's interpretation.
And if
And
you've read the books,
you understand he played Zaphod the way Zaphod needed to be played.
Mhm.
The guy's the president of the galaxy. Okay? He's the president of the galaxy, but he signed an order to build a space bypass through Earth. That Earth had to be destroyed because he thought he was signing an autograph. And he has a second head and occasionally needs lemon juice to keep the head working properly. And the best part is when he completely loses his shit when they go to see Hamakavula.
I have to watch that movie again.
I was gonna say, I
It's
have
been a
to-
while.
It has been.
Oh God, it's such a good movie. It could have been better, but it's still good. All right, what's your? Do you have any honorables?
I do have a couple. Just some ones that just were almost didn't make the list. The aliens from V.
Okay.
Those TV. I own them. I own all the miniseries, but man, and when I was a kid, they scared the shit out of me.
Oh, and that chick got up in the middle of the night and started eating the raw meat.
Yeah, but I mean, the one that always got me was when the one boy kind of turned in his grandparents.
Yeah.
And then they basically killed and ate him as thanks. It was, oh my God. Another one from Galaxy Quest, the Thermians.
Okay.
Oh God, Dwight, the guy that Rainn Wilson was in them,
Yeah.
and they had this wonderful cadence, the way they spoke and their mannerisms. I thought it was because that's a beautiful Star Trek send up, and the Thermians were great. And I did put a different kind of cartoon on. I don't remember Invader Zim.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was goddamn hilarious and dark at the same time.
Yeah.
And I love Gurr. As what's the GER stand for? I don't know. So those are my honorables.
All right, what do you got, Jim?
For honorables, like I said, now this is where I just picked one or two out of different categories. TV, have to have Alf.
Okay.
Got to have Alf on there. Comics, DC Martian Manhunter, and one of my favorite Marvel characters, Silver Surfer. Cartoons, Space Ghost.
Coast to coast.
And do you remember the Herculoids?
Yep.
Yep.
Gleep and Gloop.
Gleep and Glorp.
Yeah, those two. Movies, I had Mars Attacks. Oh, I had the Martian too, Marvin. But movies, I had Mars Attacks. District 9. The reason...
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
That was one of the first Blu-rays I ever bought.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the way they set up, like, the aliens, like, in a refugee camp, like, it made it kind of seem like modern-day stuff. And here's one that'll take you back. The Blob.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nice. I didn't actually do any honorables. This was actually kind of a difficult list for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't do any honorables. Just off the top of my head, though, I can think of, like, everybody loves the Klingons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You gotta love the Klingons. The aliens from They Live.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I have and Roddy Piper is so great in that movie. Trying to think of another one. Well, Mork from Ork.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Mork from Ork.
Yeah, I was a lot. I mean, I was trying. I didn't put any Star Trek on my list. Spoiler for tomorrow. I just didn't.
Yeah.
Because I really felt if I would put any movie to Beta Zeds, because they were the only ones that were really kind of really fleshed out more than everything else was like, oh, this is this alien race, and then we never see them again.
What about the Pakled?
Oh, I like the Pakled just because one of them was played by the guy that did Starscream.
Yeah.
And that always has a special, but we look for things that make us go.
Yes. We are strong.
And they were a plot point in the first season of Lower Decks, the new animated series.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I love that. That was so, it's like, another Enterprise.
Jordan says, what about Twilight Zone Nightmare at 20,000 feet? The monster that was on the wing?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good one, Jordan. What's your top one, Jim?
My number one
Or Bill.
is this is the one that was going to be on this list is why it went into the bucket just so I could talk about it. From 66 up to the present day, played by so many different actors and still wonderful. The Doctor from Doctor Who.
Oh.
Yes.
Yep, because he is from Gallifrey in the constellation of Casperius. I finally caught up. I am all caught up with all Doctor Who, and I only did it in a year.
Oh, I forgot about one, too. Actually, three of them will group together.
All right.
Magenta, Riff Raff, and Frankenfurter from the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
my God. I forgot
From
they're
the
aliens.
from the planet Transsexual in the galaxy of Transylvania.
Oh, my God. I completely forgot they were aliens.
That's right. Next year we got to do something for the 50th anniversary of Rocky Horror.
I think we should find some place. I don't care where it's at, how far. Let's go and watch it again.
Yeah. Like next year, like I said,
Yes.
next year's 50th anniversary.
We're gonna have to find a theater that it's at, and
If it's 50th anniversary, it should be playing just about everywhere.
It's going to be playing a lot of places, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
What's your number one, Jim?
The alien from John Carpenter's The Thing.
Yep.
Jordan, I don't know where Brian's at. He's not here yet.
Brian's ill.
Oh shit! Get better soon, Brian.
I hope he does. Yeah, he left early yesterday and called off today.
Feel better soon, Brian.
I was gonna say if I saw him hop on here, I was gonna say get to bed.
Okay, so the thing from John Carpenter.
Yes, that it just whatever it touched, it was able to become.
Yeah.
Yep, and you didn't know at the end.
Yeah. Who
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
it was.
We're just gonna. That was love that movie too.
All right. My last one is an entire species. The baddest ass species in the fucking Star Trek universe. The Borg. The Borg are eaters of worlds.
Yes.
Literally.
Oh,
They go in, they assimilate all useful technology into their collective hive mind and eliminate everything else. They came, that was another fucking Q joint.
Yep, that was Q started that.
Q started that because he transported the Enterprise across the galaxy to a sector that was unknown. And then all of a sudden, there's this cube ship coming toward them, and they can't outrun it. And it's the Borg. It's the Borg. And they are just, like I said, they're eaters of worlds.
yeah.
They take the technology that they can use, assimilate it into the hive mind, and get rid of it all. And when they decide they want to take over the Federation, they capture Captain Picard and assimilate him into the collective because he's got all the knowledge of Starfleet. And he's got access to all the codes on the Enterprise. So he can have access, so they can now have access to all of Starfleet.
Yeah, and over the years they really kind of, I mean, there's a lot of like continuity things that they did, and this, contradictions with, they kept remaking the story and the origins and everything else.
Yeah.
To now the most current up to date of the Borg is they're now run by a human. The hive mind is run by a human who now has stopped them from doing all the assimilating.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, that was the very, it's like that's how they finished it off.